What's up, bro? Wait, don't skip this. No, don't you dare scroll, because what you're about to hear is not motivation. It's a mirror cracking open your soul. It's the sound of everything you survived finally speaking back to you. And if your heart just tightened for no reason, good. That means you're still alive in a world that tried to numb you. Listen closely. Pain that only God's chosen women feel. Not the soft kind, not the cry and recover kind, but the kind that rewires your entire existence. The kind that doesn't ask permission, the kind that arrives uninvited and stays until you either break or become something unrecognizable. Yeah, this is that story, because they never told you the truth. They told you pain makes you weak. They lied. Pain doesn't break the chosen, it selects them. It looks at your life like a dark throne room and says, let's see if she survives this. And you did, even when your voice was shaking, even when your smile was fake, even when you were praying at night with no answers coming back. You still stood up the next day, like nothing happened. Tell me, what kind of woman does that? Not ordinary, not average, no. That's not human-level endurance, that's something else, something dangerous, something the world doesn't know how to handle. Because here's the part nobody says out loud. When life keeps breaking you in the same place, it's not punishment anymore. It's transformation. They didn't break you. They forged you. Like fire on steel, like pressure on diamonds, like silence on storms. And now you walk different. Even when you don't realize it, people feel it before you speak. That quiet intensity, that I've survived things I don't talk about energy, that don't test me, I already won battles in my head at 3 a.m. presence. Yeah, that's not sadness anymore. That's power, wearing pain like a crown. And the Joker would laugh at this moment, because he understands something the world never will. The ones who suffer the deepest either disappear or become unforgettable. There is no middle, so tell me, when they ignored you, when they replaced you, when they doubted you, when they made you feel like you were too much or not enough at the same time, what did you do? You adapted, you evolved, you stopped explaining your heart to people who never listened in the first place, and slowly, you became something quieter, not softer, quieter, because real power doesn't shout. It watches, it learns, it remembers, and it waits. And now listen carefully. That pain you carry, the one you think makes you too emotional, the one you think makes you different, the one they told you to hide, that pain is not your weakness. It is your signal system. It's how you detect fake love instantly. It's how you see lies before they form words. It's how you walk away without begging anymore. Because a woman who has survived God-level emotional storms doesn't chase anymore. She chooses, and that's where everything flips. Because once you stop begging for love, once you stop chasing, but listen, there's something deeper you haven't been told yet. Because after all that transformation, after all that surviving, after all that becoming, there is a phase nobody prepares you for. Silence, not peace. Silence. That strange moment where the chaos stops chasing you, and you're left standing in your own energy. And at first, it feels empty, like something is missing. But it's not emptiness. It's recalibration. It's the universe checking who you are now that nothing is actively destroying you. And this is where most people collapse again. Because without pain screaming in their ears, they don't know how to recognize themselves, but not you. No, you're not built the same anymore. You've already survived the version of life that was designed to erase you. So now you don't panic in silence. You listen to it. You understand it. And slowly, you realize something terrifyingly powerful. You are no longer reacting to life. Life is reacting to you. That's the shift. That's the moment the Joker would lean back and smile. Because the joke was never that you suffered. The joke was that they thought suffering would make you small. But it made you unreadable, unpredictable, unreachable. And that kind of woman, the one forged in storms she never asked for, doesn't walk into rooms anymore hoping to be accepted. She walks in, and the room adjusts itself. Not because she demands it, but because she no longer leaks energy trying to be understood. And here's the truth that cuts deepest. You are not healing to go back to who you were. That version of you is gone. You are healing to meet the version of you that pain was trying to build all along. So if they don't recognize you anymore, good. If they say you changed, perfect. If they feel distance where there used to be access, that's not loss, that's elevation, because the chosen ones don't return to old versions of life. They outgrow entire realities, and somewhere deep inside, you already know. You were never meant to be easy to hold. You were meant to be remembered, even by people who never truly understood you. So stand still for a second. Feel everything you survived, and understand this without emotion, without fear, without apology. You are not what happened to you. You are what refused to end because of it. And now, nothing gets to define you again. Not pain, not people, not the past. Only what you decide to become next. And now it gets even darker, but clearer. Because once you reach this stage, something inside you starts noticing things you used to ignore. Patterns, energy shifts, fake smiles, hidden intentions, words that don't match actions. It's like your mind stopped being emotional noise and turned into a silent radar. And that's not paranoia. That's awareness born from damage that refused to stay damage. But here's the part nobody warns you about. When you start seeing everything clearly, you also start feeling alone in rooms you used to belong in. Not because people changed, but because you did. You no longer resonate with confusion disguised as love. You no longer confuse attention with care. You no longer mistake intensity for loyalty. And that shift, it isolates you at first. But don't mistake isolation for punishment. It's filtration, life removing everything that cannot survive your new frequency. Because you cannot become powerful and still remain available to everything that once drained you. That combination doesn't exist, and the Joker would laugh here. Not because it's funny, but because it's brutally honest. The world doesn't reward clarity. It tests it, it pressures it, it tries to pull you back into emotional chaos just to see if you'll abandon yourself again. But this time, you don't bend. Not because you became cold, but because you became consistent with yourself. And that's the real turning point, when your loyalty shifts inward. When your approval no longer comes from outside voices, when your worth stops negotiating, that's when you stop being available to destruction disguised as connection. And yes, people will notice. They'll say you're different, harder to reach, harder to read, harder to influence. Let them say it. Because what they're really saying is, you are no longer predictable to us. And that's exactly where you need to be. Because predictability is where people lose themselves. But unpredictability, born from healing, that's where power starts to breathe. So understand this deeply. You're not becoming distant. You are becoming precise. Every emotion now has a purpose. Every reaction now has weight. Every silence now means something. And the world around you, it can feel it, even if they can't explain it. Because you stopped leaking yourself into places that don't deserve you. And now there's only one direction left. Forward, not back to comfort, not back to old pain, but forward into the version of you that no longer survives life, but shapes it. Now listen carefully. This is the part where everything either collapses again or becomes permanent. Because once you've seen too much, felt too deeply, survived too long, there's a temptation that comes quietly to go back. Back to familiar pain, back to people who understand the old version of you, back to chaos, just because it feels like home. But that home was never home. It was repetition. And repetition is how life keeps people trapped without chains. And the Joker would look at this moment and laugh low. Because this is the real trick. The world doesn't need to destroy you anymore if it can convince you to return to what already did. But you're not in that cycle anymore. Not anymore. Because something in you already broke that loop. You didn't just survive pain. You became aware of its pattern. And awareness changes everything. Now when life tries to pull you back into old emotional storms, you don't drown in them. You observe them, you recognize them, and you step away without needing closure, without needing explanation, without needing permission. That's power most people never reach. Because most people still believe closure comes from others, when real closure is when you stop reopening the same wound. And here's the deeper truth. The chosen ones are not chosen because they suffer more. They are chosen because they refuse to stay the same after suffering. That's the difference. That's what makes you dangerous in a quiet way. Not loud danger, not chaos, but the kind of presence that makes old systems unstable. Because you no longer respond the way people expect. You no longer break where you used to break. You no longer return where you used to return. And that confuses people who only understand predictable emotions. But you are no longer predictable. You are intentional. Even your silence has direction now. Even your distance has meaning. Even your absence speaks louder than your presence ever did. And slowly, something shifts in your identity. You stop asking, why did this happen to me? And start asking, why did I survive it this way? Because survival alone is not the message anymore. Transformation is. And this is where it all comes together. Every scar, every betrayal, every night you thought you wouldn't make it. It wasn't random, it was restructuring. Life was not trying to end you. It was trying to remove everything in you that could be controlled. And now,